Started back in the 70s, and I was the manager at Indiana University. I like to joke that I was there before Coach Knight, but he will not appreciate that. But he actually took me under his wing. I was a manager for 3 years there. He also allowed me, he knew I wanted to get into coaching and allowed me to do a lot of things that a lot of managers don't get to do, and exposed me to a lot of college coaching, the recruiting and organization of practice, etc. And that kind of set the tone for me. The background with Coach Knight, most of it started with the defensive end. Done a lot of different things from the defensive standpoint, but the key to having a good defensive team was the scouting and watching the game film and applying it on the practice floor, and it being organized in practice and breaking down drills. You just really feel that you have to be very fundamental to be successful. Besides Coach Knight, I started going to a lot of clinics, and you're always picking up something. I think all good coaches are thieves. If you're not stealing from somebody, their ideas, and a perfect example of this, if we wanted to extend it, we would go to what we called green, or some years I called it 75. I mean, you can make up the terms as you want to go. In our green, again, you're looking, as you're coming up the floor now, especially in high school, and we would coach our guys here in the wings to jab up and back, up and back.
It would be really difficult to have one or two things to do offensively that could cover all of the.
Coach and I always, when you run the motion offense, you got to know how to set your man up. Like I said before, one coach at one time asked me, what's the big deal about passing away from the defense? And the biggest thing was it's harder to get a steal that way. In college, you can recruit to the type of players you want. But in high school, you're kind of like, you have what you have. And what if you don't have that true point guard? Well, we went from the 3-out, 2-in to now we run a 2-guard front, which we call 2-guard.
Taking us through your basic rules of 2-guard.
Okay, basic rules of 2-guard.
How about your favorite couple quick hits? That was one of the many things that your offensive structure was well known for, was fundamental quick hitters that seamlessly flowed into 2-guard or your triangle. We play our 3-2 zone 3 different ways. In fact, one of the greatest compliments I ever made from a fellow coach of mine who also played for me was talking to a player that played D1 basketball. And he was telling my friend the story about how during the game when we were being played, he asked his coach, what are they in? And the coach just said, I don't know. They keep changing where they're going and what they're doing. I have no idea what he's doing. 2, you have to sometimes adjust your motion offense to the ability you have.